everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess. I am a wife, a mom, and I am a New Zealand Australian dual citizen living in Vancouver, Canada. Today we are doing another coffee couch chat with Jess. I have my iced coffee here that I have made, and it is good today. Sometimes I don't add enough milk, sometimes I add too much milk. Today is the right ratio, so I am enjoying my coffee, and I wanted to do something a little bit different for today's video. If you watched my last video, you would know that my husband, my son, and I are planning to move to New Zealand next year, and it is very exciting, but it is also bittersweet to be leaving Canada, a place that I've called home for 6 years, and my husband has been here his whole life. So in today's video, I wanted to share 5 things that I love about Canada. The first thing, since we are having a coffee chat and is a little bit more silly and lighthearted, is I love that there is cheap iced coffee in Canada. So what I mean by this, and I'm not saying it's always good coffee, but cheap coffee. If you go to places like Tim Hortons, you can spend $2-3 on a large iced coffee, which in my opinion, I think it's fine. It's not the best coffee in the world, but if I need a little bit of a coffee hit, it's good. And in the summer, McDonald's does their summer drink days where all their iced coffees are $1. Now I love this. I have been very aware of my iced coffee consumption. I love iced coffee and I could drink it all day, but I have been mindful to cut back. But when I'm out, you know, in the summer especially, just going to the beach or running an errand, it's nice to pick up an iced coffee to keep me going. And the fact that there are cheap iced coffees is so great. When we went to New Zealand at the beginning of the year, I remember buying an iced coffee or an iced latte was still about $5-6. So I appreciate that in Canada there is cheaper iced coffee. Maybe not the best coffee, but cheap iced coffee. The second thing that I love about Canada is thrifting. I have just recently got into thrifting over the last year or so, and I have been to a couple of different stores: Value Village, Salvation Army, Talese, some smaller independent, but I just love that there are so many different thrift stores, and for the most part, the pricing is pretty reasonable. When we were also in New Zealand at the beginning of the year, I visited a couple of thrift stores. I think I visited a Salvation Army and maybe just a St. John's thrift store, but they didn't have as big of a selection as maybe like a Value Village or a Talese. And I did find that sometimes with New Zealand thrifting, the prices were a lot more expensive than what I think they would have been priced if they were in Canada. So I love thrifting in Canada. I love the big stores. I love the big variety of items, and for the most part, how they price their items. One thing that I love about Canada that is different from when I lived in Australia and when I visited New Zealand is I like that we can turn right on a red light. That's something that you don't do in Australia and New Zealand, but in Canada, being able to turn right on a red light when you can go, I love it. Saves so much time. I don't have to wait at the red light. I can just keep continuing on my merry way, and it's something that I enjoy. And when we were last in New Zealand, I had to keep reminding myself that you can't turn right, you can't turn left on a red light. I'm already flipped around and backwards, but turning right on a red light, great. Another thing that I love about Canada is the changes in season and how you really get to experience each season for what it is. I live in British Columbia, so we don't get these super cold winters like other parts of Canada, but we do still get snow and it still does get cold, so I enjoy that. I enjoy how the leaves really do change color in the fall, and I love how the summers still get quite warm. When I was in Australia, I remember just thinking that there was summer, which was always hot, and then winter, which was slightly colder, and you still had to wear a jumper, but you did not have to layer like you have to do in Canada. So I always joked that in Australia it was either hot or just not as hot. But in Canada, I really do enjoy the changing of the seasons and just seeing how nature starts to bloom in the spring or turn different colors in the fall. And it's been really nice to experience all of these seasons and especially all the activities that come with it. I like how in the winter you can go sledding and skiing and snowboarding, and then in the summer continue to swim and kayak and canoe. And fall, there's pumpkin patches and corn mazes, so it's really cool also. And what I love about Canada is the different seasonal activities and even drinks, like Starbucks especially and Tim Hortons do their specialty seasonal drinks, so that always just gets me in the mood for the season and something that I love about Canada. And the last thing that I love about Canada, and is more specific towards where I live in Vancouver, British Columbia, but I love how we can see the mountains from where we are. When we're driving, we can see the big beautiful mountains, and they're not too much and they're not too far of a drive away, but then we're also so close to the water, and when we're driving we can see the ocean and the beaches, and it's not a very far drive to get to the water or the mountains. And I just love where we're situated on the west coast of Canada, that we get both the beautiful, magnificent, brilliant mountains, but we also get the just beautiful water and the ocean and the beach. And I feel like that's definitely a blessing that we've had where we live in Canada, and something that I will miss is being so close and seeing both of them on my daily drives. Those are 5 fun things that I love about Canada. I would love it if you could post below and let me know what are some things that you love about Canada that maybe I forgot to mention, or what are some things that you love about the country that you live in. Remember to subscribe to my channel and hit the thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.